And in the process, you've actually created a plan and executed a plan, and you brought together a team, and this is a big deal. Project management to me is it's all around planning and giving people responsibility for different tasks in the plan. So it's about taking a goal, an objective, taking a set of resources, and then working through every phase and assigning people to actually take on tasks at every phase. Every phase has got a deadline, every phase has got a deliverable, and then you can actually see where you are, and you can actually hopefully come together at the end and everything's finished. Planning, first of all, it's what exactly is the project? What are the deliverables? What are you trying to do at the end? If it's a product and you're trying to make a number of sales, then there's a whole series of tasks in defining what the product is, advertising that you have the product, making sure that you have a public that wants the product, going out there and selling the product, and then delivering the product, and at the end of the day actually making a profit. Okay, defining what it is, figuring out how you're going to build it, lining up the suppliers to be able to build it. An example of this is one of our projects was a kite flying competition at Humber Summit. First of all, you got to get kites. Okay, actually, first of all, at Humber Summit, you got to decide what people can afford. So the idea was to set a limit of the amount they could pay, and we reckoned $5 to $10 was about it. Given that, where are you going to get the kites? You can make them yourselves, and we looked at different ways of doing that, or you can buy them in bulk, and we looked at different suppliers for doing that. So the kids went out, and people were assigned to do this, and actually look at the different websites and what kind of a deal can we get. But you have to have some idea how many you're going to sell. There's 600 students, so you know what the maximum is. To find out what's likely, you go around each class and you ask. And you try and get a preliminary idea. It's a survey of how many you're likely to sell, so then you can figure out how much to buy. So that's what. Then there's the actual selling itself. Okay, we got the kids, here they are. We also wanted the kids to go and get money to help fund this as well, because we were a bit short of funds. We asked them to go and talk to their near and dear relatives. They had to actually make a pitch, they had to go up there and they had to actually sell the concept to the people that they knew best and get money that way to raise the funds to actually buy the kits. So there's a whole bunch of steps there that all have to be met. You have to react, you look at the situation, actually see if there's anything that can be done about it. What can you do about it? Change the price. You could operate at a loss, but you still have fun. And maybe that was the objective in the first place. There's another one where we couldn't actually manage to meet the requirement that by the time you submit a report, okay, for the prize, the EA prizes, we wouldn't actually have we wouldn't have had the event. So the event wouldn't take place. So you have to sit back and say, hey, what's more important here? And the event becomes the important thing. I'm afraid the prize gets dumped. And that's happened on a couple that I've done. But it's a conscious decision. There's things like that come up all the time. And I think a measure of the success of the program is in people recognizing that, okay, you're going to be faced with failure, but there's always something you can do about it. You don't just have to fold and go away. You can work it. And I think that's a big deal.